playing a new game. Carl, they do not care what price they buy things at. They care that the stock goes higher. It's a new phenomena. They regard it as being a hatred of Wall Street and the people who wear suits. I often think that because I worked at Goldman, I wear Brioni, and I had a hedge fund, I am public enemy number one.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. It's going to be a nice long weekend for everybody in the States. I'm obviously not in the States. I'm overseas in Asia right now. And we don't have a 3-day weekend, but what we do have is a lockdown, more in essence. But I want to get a couple things off my chest, and then before we go into the topic I'm going to talk about today. But this is not Wall Street bets. Everybody on the news and in the journals and all publications, yes, they're associating this movement right now with Wall Street bets, and I can understand that because that was the previous thing that happened in January. But since then, things have broken off into different subreddits. So you've got the GME subreddit, AMC subreddit, and the superstonk subreddit. Those are the three factions that are basically broken off into different areas of where people are interested in. I don't associate myself at all with Wall Street bets, and I don't want to be associated with that crowd. That's for just investing, pouring loss, and just doing just complete balls to the wall kind of thing. The area that I've been focusing on is the superstonk, because that is an area that I can get more research, more data, and financial discussion that's going on. And that's where I put through all this. And I'm stoked that AMC has taken such a forefront runner to help the GME crowd in there, because with what's going on with the GME, and that's what the superstonk section of Reddit's all about. It's getting all the information and data through the AMA, all the due diligence, and just the discussion of passing information back and forth. Because there are 300,000 people, I believe, on superstonk, and the AMC is about 150 to 200,000. Having that many people be involved in double checking and actually throwing their free time into research and getting everything done. There are a few fantastic people doing some fantastic and completely incredible due diligence, and having people go back there, read through it, put their 2 cents in, add more to it, take more away. And this is where it's gone. It's gone from people who are just becoming infants with knowledge and in the supermarket to people who are getting a complete and thorough understanding of what's happening in the stock market world. And that goes along with everything else that I want to talk about today, because controlling the narrative. When you have Motley Fool, CNBC, and any of these other little publications and news outlets that are pushing the narrative. The narrative is these people on Wall Street bets are, they hate the bankers, they hate everything else, blah, 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 blah. You know the story. What we're out for, in my belief, in my opinion, the research that I'm doing, it's not that we hate the banks. We hate that they haven't been held accountable. The accountability has been zero. Elizabeth Warren has held Senate meetings and finance committee meetings to get the bankers. And of course, they're not going to. They're just going to pansy out. All right, they're not being held accountable. You get slap on the wrist. $1 million here, $100,000 there, again and again and again. They don't care. They don't care until somebody gets put in jail, in front of the news, in front of the media. They're going to back off. They're going to back off hard. The SEC has not been doing their job. Hopefully, we'll be able to get through their job right now and get things done more seriously. So with that off my chest, I want to get into the whole process of this, and that is something I've been studying more is behavioral economics, and also the behavior and trends that have been going on to push the whole trend through investors. Now, in general, right now, if you ask anybody in America, 90% of people have no idea about what really happens in the stock market, because again, A, they don't care. 1, they don't have money to invest, and 2, maybe they're not interested. Sure, it's all just too much financial lingo and not worth their time. But since 2011 through 2021, the ratio of people that have been putting their money in the stock market has gone from anywhere from 65% to 55%. Now, that is just not just personal investing. That can be a 401k, mutual funds, buying bonds, treasury, anything related to this, because that is called the retail investor. And we're the people that are easy pickings for the banks. All right, easy, because the banks get money buying, selling, and holding our money. No matter what, they make money. Once we say, hey, I want to buy something, easy, sure, they make money from it. Very easy, super easy, and I think people are waking up and becoming more aware of how manipulated the stock market is to their needs, okay? Along with high frequency trading, and the list goes on. So going through all of this, right now, the whole thing is controlled by the narrative. Whoever controls the narrative controls the story. Whatever that, in the 2008-2009 financial crisis, nobody could understand a freaking word of what was going on in the Finance Committee. All of these Congress and Senate hearings, nobody could understand what the hell is going on. Yes, housing collapsed. Why did this collapse? Banks did this, banks did that. All right, but then you get to The Big Short. That movie came out, and that brought it down into the hearts and emotions of everybody. You got angry watching that movie. You left that movie feeling so pissed off because you're emotionally connected to this. The behavior of the people and the actors, when they got to know the characters and they put their heart into that, you understood it more by the tone and how they connected to it. And that's what we have right now with the whole AMC and GME situation. People thought it just died off in January. No, it's still freaking going on, and it has been going on since, and it hasn't stopped, because people like the companies. They believe in the companies. Like Jim Cramer said in this video, I'll show at the end of this video. Please watch all of it, and that goes along with behavior and emotional control right now. Where was I? Anyway, yeah, so getting along with the emotions, people are connected to it. They like the stock. We know about that because we heard that in the Senate committee with Roaring Kitty. I like the stock. Well, there's a reason why he likes the stock. He sees something and he believes something in the company. Jim Cramer claims the stock is not related to the company. Well, I believe, yes, it is. It is directly related to the company, and that's why people are believing in this so much. The stock is the company. The company is the stock, and the people are part of the stock that are part of the company. It's a community, connected. That's why we believe in it. Yes, people are willing to buy the stock at any price. We've seen that. People are holding GME about $453. They're holding it. They like the stock. They like the company. You don't like it? Well, you know what? I'm going to buy more. Tuesday, I'm buying more. Yes, I am. I'm buying more AMC Tuesday. Why? I believe in the company. I love the company. Why? Ask the 3.2 million shareholders why they love the company. It's not just about a piece of paper. It's not a piece of stock. That's Tesla. It's Apple. You buy that to buy a share trade just to make money. But this, we believe in the company. We're here to help people help each other. All right, because you got Robinhood, Citadel, Credit Suisse, Melvin, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. All these companies have not been held accountable at all for any of the crimes or regulations, laws that they've broken. They get a little slap on the wrist. It's like getting a parking ticket. Yeah, I'll do it again. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Flagrant violations of this. And the last thing I want to say is to Jim Cramer, I hope you're doing well emotionally and mentally. What you're going to see in this next video, in the last couple of videos I've seen of him, is when you see his face. Look at his face and the way he's looking. I don't wish you bad luck. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. You are a person. And yes, you do have a family and all this. You're involved in the hedge funds, and we know about what you've done in the past. I don't watch your show that much. You do talk about stocks and you do help some people. That's fine. I do wish you well, and I don't wish any bad harm to you. All right? Because this is not what I think any of us want. We aren't here to harm people. We're here to correct the system. The system has to be corrected. You know that. The system has to be corrected through regulations. So we don't need more regulations. There are already enough regulations in place. We have to use the regulations now to hold people accountable so it balances out. Then if we need more regulations, we'll go from there. No more Senate Finance Committees. Don't need that. We need people held accountable. Department of Justice, haul people out of the banks, hold people accountable. They're laughing in their faces right now. So right now I'm going to put on the video of Jim Cramer. It's important to watch because emotion, behavior, and controlling a narrative, it's important. All right, so to all of you out there, stay strong, stay healthy, hold the line.
Back then, if you told me GameStop would still be, or if you told Melvin and Plotkin that it would still be a $250 stock many months later, nobody would have expected.
Why are
that.
you continuing to associate the stock with the company? I am telling you that they don't have anything to do with each other.
Okay.
Playing a new game.
Right.
You know, who first said that? One of the great stock authorities, Van Morrison. Playing a new game. Carl, they do not care what price they buy things at. They care that the stock goes higher. It's a new phenomena. They regard it as being a hatred of Wall Street and the people who wear suits. I often think that because I worked at Goldman, I wear Brioni, and I had a hedge fund, I am public enemy number one. If you read my mentions column, Carl, I certainly do not belong anywhere, even with my kids. And I tell you that their anger, we had Greenfield on earlier, is I think wrong. But their desire to move stocks is a new thing, Carl. And it's much more like my father sold games when he was younger. He sold a game called Stocks and Bonds by 3M. It was the same thing. You got to take stocks up.
Jim, a lot of this is getting centered around you personally. Aron tweeted about the legendary Jim Cramer and your comments about AMC. The FT's got a headline, Jim Cramer pitches the Beyond Meat long thesis. I mean, two things. You've written a book called Get Rich Carefully, and you've long said that if you've got 20% gains, ring the register. What happens to that advice that you've historically given?
And that's a great, you cut me to the quick. I feel like that I was surprised that Adam went to the he was a galloping ghost from Abington. We were the Springfield Spartans. He's also, of course, a good friends with a person who contributes to us, Jeff Sonnenfeld. I have long cheered Adam for what he did with Starwood, Vail, and I think he knows that he can take advantage of this by doing that $2 billion convert. So in order to be able to clean up the balance sheet. But Carl, you're right. I am astonished by what's happening. I know that that there was a Beyond Meat piece that came out this week from Bernstein. They went from sell to buy, and it has all the things that I've been highlighting, including some. And I've been, of course, talking about Ethan Brown and his remarkable deals with McDonald's and yes, Kentucky Fried that have not been reflected. Plus, it has always been at Reopen America because there are so many cafeterias that sell Beyond Meat. I think he's going to have a sharply better than expected quarter. But I recognize that have I joined this army, they hate me so much they would regard me as I'm Benedict Arnold.